President Obama says $75 billion in that plan yesterday will keep some 9 million Americans from losing their homes. But some are asking whether or not the president's plan is worth that price tag, with so many homeowners owing more money than their homes are worth. Is it a better idea to leave the market alone and allow it to fix itself? My next guest says do exactly that. Greg Rand, managing partner of the Prudential Rand Company, is one of the biggest real estate and mortgage brokerage firms in the U.S. Greg, welcome here. I don't think we've spoken, but good morning to you. Now, you're saying just let the market forces play themselves out and let's take our lumps along the way. Is that your view?
Well, no question. It's un-American to subsidize mortgage payments for folks that can't afford their houses. Okay. In parts of the country where foreclosures have been swelling over the last several months, the market is working those properties out. They're selling the properties. As the prices come down, the market's warming up. But there are folks out there that if they can't afford their house, they really ought to move on. A house is not your home. Your home is your family. It's your Sunday dinner. It's your kids. It's not the sticks and bricks that you live in. So it's, I think, much more helpful to people to help them get out of that situation, get the monkey off their back, and move on.
There's a lot of folks in Washington who disagree with you, and we're seeing that play out quite publicly, and we're seeing it in tax dollars, too. There is some bit of this news from yesterday that you actually like.
That's true.
Like
I know you wanted some good news this morning, and there is some good news in the bill. If they're going to refinance millions of people from high adjustable rate mortgages into low fixed rate mortgages, and that's a very good thing. Expanding the approval guidelines to allow people who can't get approved right now for loans they got just a few years ago. Put it this way, there are a lot of folks that have 10% adjustable rate mortgages and they can't afford their house, but if they got a 4.5% fixed rate on the same house, they'd be able to afford it. So that, I think, is good, and I think it's very good to give people under 5% who want to purchase homes, because right now the buyer side of the equation, people that are out there shopping, are very, very aggressively shopping. They're looking for a good deal.
Well, they're going to find some good deals, Greg.
Absolutely.
It's been a buyer's market for a while.
That's
now,
true.
As you analyze the overall real estate market in America today, is it going to get better for buyers, even better than it is now?
Yeah. The prices are coming down as we speak. The stats you're going to see mid-year are going to show the transactions that are being negotiated today are pretty good declines in prices. So if you couple that with a great selection of properties and an artificially suppressed mortgage rate that's government subsidized, you're going to see a lot of people buy. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the marketplace work as opposed to the government getting in the way.
You're not going to get your wish on that, are you? The marketplace isn't going to work the way you want it to, because there's all this money coming out to help people stay in their homes ultimately.
Yeah, we're going to get some, and I think that there are some people that are going to artificially stay in their homes, and that's, I think, unfortunate, because the marketplace would work itself out if given the chance.
You know, Greg, there were all these exotic mortgage rates out there, and you could find whatever you wanted. I mean, literally for about a 10-year period. And I know what you believe. You believe all these exotic mortgages should get out of our system.
Yeah, we want to send those mortgages back under the rocks.
But wasn't that part of the natural market forces in the first place?
Which those mortgages that were
the market developed all these exotic mortgages to bring in new business.
That's true, and I think it actually drove prices a little bit higher than they would have gone otherwise. See, the adjustable rate mortgages are one thing. Exotic mortgages that allow you to make a minimum payment and then actually have the difference of what you owe added onto your balance. Those are mortgages that never should have been invented. Those were, I think, the ones that are going to be found to be predatory. And if we can wipe those off the face of the earth and give everybody a nice fixed rate, see, a nice long-term fixed rate is the way to own real estate. And anybody who does anything different is probably making a mistake.
Greg, thanks for coming in today. By the way, you sold 200 homes last month?
Last month, yeah.
That's a pretty good number, isn't it, for your group?
It's about half of what we should have, but it's going to warm up this summer. I mean, this spring, I think, so yes.
Oh, it's going to warm up eventually. Thank you, Greg. It's good to have your expertise in today.
Thank you.
All right, Greg Rand here in New York. Megan?
Well, medical records, your most